As per your selection, I offer you cranberry and cinnamon in audio form. First taste, a poem from Mary Oliver, Song for Autumn. In the deep fall, don't you imagine the leaves think how comfortable it'll be to touch the earth instead of the nothingness, air, and the endless freshets of wind? And don't you think the trees themselves, especially those with mossy, warm caves, begin to think of the birds that will come, 6 a dozen, to sleep inside their bodies? And don't you hear the goldenrod whispering goodbye, the everlasting being crowned with the first tuffets of snow? Pawn vanishes, and the white field over which the fox runs so quickly brings out its blue shadows. The wind pumps its bellows, and at evening, especially, the piled firewood shifts a little, longing to be on its way. They're thieving an hour of light from us this evening, at least in this part of the sleeping universe. I like to imagine that, like cookies left on a plate for Santa, we've prepared, gift-wrapped, a slice of daylight, saved from all our carefree summer nights, for just this moment. A lemon cake, saffron-colored stone, a star-shaped sugar cookie glossed and fluorescing. As if summoned by such a mortal instrument as a calendar, beast will appear at the witching hour. Some time in the darkness when most have turned their heads to dream, slink overhead from corner to corner, from room to room, looking for its offering. It will take its due, gobbling up its treat, turning the flicker, its glass-bulbed belly, to a steady, undaunted glow. But, prepared or no, it will feed, wrapping its mantle of dead leaves round its bony arms to bend, without a breath, next to your sleeping ear. From here, this edge of impossible sorrows, it will draw it out from you, from behind your eyes. Debt of honor to this nightmarish being, will sip the light from your skin, harvest it, surely as the pumpkins been cut from their vines. The wheat has been threshed and then winnowed, known or unknown, with a sang-froid step. The season of autumn calls upon our doors. Even or especially in our indoor world, the experience of transition can be so readily ignored as a website always loads, as a sarcastic tone lives in the front of our heads year-round. Time can feel irrelevant. Awe and wonder almost impossible to reckon with. So you must believe me when I say while it may not always appear so under its graying shroud. Autumn is a benediction. Yes, autumn, the fall, truly is a blessing in its austerity, in its inherent theft of warmth and light. It ends delusions of permanence, perfectionism, of ego, and the heedless grasshopper within us gives way to the determined ant, not out of fear, not yet, but out of a deep sense of the natural cycle turning over, our deep need to find our place in it. To ignore it is at our peril, against our instinct. Our resources must be reallocated, we realize. And the hairs on the back of our necks stand up in a chilly walk outside. Our commute moves in a blue-black dusk. Our animal sense reminds us, no matter how deep our claws or strong our grip, the world will take its light. Sometimes thinking humans, we can clutch it till it is stolen out of our arms. We can serve it up in beauty, burn our candles instead. Given this first and unevasive truth, gather in our crops, both literal and figurative, mimicking the nature that turns to take from us. Within our plots and fences, we see this other face of the autumnal beast. She is the one who nourishes, mother who provides. We see how our fruits have ripened, whole orchards sweetened in the early frost. Find whole forests turn golden and ambered, complete in their purpose. There is no fight in a leaf on the wind, so we harvest what was planted in those hopeful spring and summer months. We cure and pickle, preserve the light in it. We sweeten and sour, store the best of it in preparation for a winter without. Give the rest back to the earth. Compost feed some tree, will house some bird, will sing some song some summertime. This is the pleasure of walking in harmony with what is, neither attempting to strive, struggling to thrive. This is just a plateau, still spot will hold us far, far out over the edge. We can see it all as it is and consider. So from here until November, we have let go of what was. It served us with loyal attention. We feed lovingly on its bones, process the endings, mythic and cellular, within. Give purpose to the goldenrod, witness its decay, honor this last stage of its being. The birds making their natural flight south, following the sun and heat away from us. We are the witnesses, and we go down to the slowing, thinning river and gather the stones made silky by the constancy of water. and we knit our runes of protection in woolen sweaters that defend us from the discomforts where we are soft and vulnerable, our heels cracking through the thin panes of ice over puddles. We set the table with these sensations, braise a meal from the meaning, and every elegiac thought fall evokes in us, stews our flesh, and mulls our tears, nourishes a void within us that no feast could fill. And if we stay longer still, after the dishes are washed and put away, the children are put to bed, and even the lamplighters relent to the necessity of sleep, we see the secret face of this time of year, secret joy only known by standing in the dark field, surrounded by the dark wood, alone. Benefic powers, the selva obscura in zenith, the cold air running through us, through our marrow. Winter and its attendant holidays ask us to treasure one another as we face the bleak pause between. Autumn is the domain of the solitary, of the singular. Poetry, immortal self-awareness, learning to light your own fire in the darkness when your glow has been fed to a beast. There is such a satisfaction in this self-reliance, holding and sustaining this station alone. Goodness, it must appear to you now. How much have you endured? How much have you sowed into the world, and now, as it clutches you, and whispers its unfeeling no into your mind, how much do you realize matters to you at the heart and soul of it all? How little. Safe, beloved, nothing promised to you but more darkness ahead. Autumn gives us what no other time can, knowledge that what we do matters innately. The exact same moment, you're nothing more, a pale leaf carried on the wind. I wish a very happy, festive season ahead to you. May you give up your light on purpose, stand well sweatered in the darkness, full of all the paradoxes that define you. This has been The Story Whispered.